I'm coming to you in a different place, not really, just a different angle, to show you another book that I really like and I would like to review for you today, which you can tell by the title is Miss Perigrines Home for Peculiar Children, but I have seemed to misplaced it. So I will try and find it now. Here's something I can try. Okay. What have we got here? Ah, there you are. To get back where we need to go? Oh, okay. After the book. Okay, anyway, this is the book that I was talking about. This is Miss Perigrines Home for Peculiar Children, which I'm going to review for you today, and I really, really enjoyed this book. Next week, I'm going to do a book that is the oldest book that I've done yet. Anyway, just to let you know, if you don't already know, and if you haven't already read this book is about peculiar children, as you can tell from the title. This book involves, hang on, this book involves peculiar children. I believe I'm going to start doing spoiler-free summaries because I never warn you people and it's really annoying. Anyway, continuing on. This story involves a young man who has family issues. His grandpa is getting older. His grandpa is having troubles. So things happen there, and eventually, from clues his grandfather leaves behind, he knows to go find a place in Wales where his grandfather used to be, because his grandfather originally was from a place around Russia, Soviet Union, which was around World War II, was being controlled heavily by the Nazi Party, and so he had left there and went to Wales for a while, and then as soon as he got to a certain age, he went to fight in the military, and then went over to America and stayed until he got older, and now we've caught up to the modern timeline. And anyway, this place in Wales is where our young hero decides to go, because he wants to figure out what his grandfather's been talking about with all these stories he's been telling him, all these weird magical photos that he's been showing him. So he goes there, and lots of adventures happen, some of which are a little bit too spoilery to talk about. But needless to say, this place in Wales contains people like this young lady pictured on the front of this book. She floats, and then another friend of hers is basically a firebender. There's another boy who's invisible. There's another boy who has bees inside of him that he can control, and it's really creepy and really skeevy for me because I've got a thing about bees. But anywho's what's it? That's basically the whole story of the first book. This is a trilogy where the third book has just come out. I have the second book, which I'm reading currently, but I do not have the third book, so I can't really tell you how it ends, because I don't know yet. And I can't tell you any details because they're spoilers. A little bit of critical analysis. This book is amazing. I really love the way it was written. I really love the sentence structure. I love the way that the chapters were spaced out. They were a little bit long for my taste, but it was still amazing, and it didn't really hinder the story at all for me. I love the overall story arc, and I love the photos, because if you didn't know, I know, I'm lazy, right? Anyway, if you didn't know, this book contains a number of strange photographs, like this one here, and these two right here, which the author, Mr. Riggs, actually found in one way or another from another's collection or from somewhere else. Anyway, continuing, I really highly recommend this book because it is really well put together, and I don't really have anything negative to say about it. There are some monstery bits, so if you're not a huge fan of monstery bits, it's not like scary monstery, it's just fantasy monstery. It does involve something called the hollow gas, which we'll explain in here, and it talks about something called a wight, which is W-I-G-H-T, wight, and they are kind of like old English, Welsh, Scottish, Irish type of mythological creature, kind of a bad creature demon type thing. So if you kind of like fantasy monster type stuff, then I would very highly recommend this book. If you're more analytical, or if you like historical fiction like that is actually possibly reality, then this is maybe not the book for you. But it does involve some history. It does involve some small island things, small town things, especially in the first book. I don't know about the second book yet because I'm only 2 or 3 chapters in, but this one is very well put together, and I highly recommend it to anybody who wants to read it. Now, I am moving on to other things, so if you're not interested in this channel or anything else than the book, then you can leave now. I say au revoir. I don't do the French language very good, neither. There are a couple things I want to do first. I want to update you on the books that I'm reading, but you could probably already tell which 2 books I'm reading. Anyway, still Harry Potter 5, because it's an enormous book. I'm about a little over halfway through it, and it's wonderful. And Miss Perigrines Home for Peculiar Children's sequel, Hollow City, and I will make a review of this one. And I'll turn it the right side way. I can English well! But anyway, yes, those are the books that I'm currently reading, and I will make a video about Hollow City as soon as I'm finished with it. And the thing about Harry Potter is the second thing I'm gonna tell you. But first, I've gotta put these books back. Okay, Harry Potter. I have read 1 through 4.5. And I love it so very much. I love it so much that I've made my own Hufflepuff scarf. Well, I have finished with it. It's probably from the floor to about right above my belly button. But it is the most wonderful series that I've ever read in my life. By far. And I will continue to read the entire thing. I love every minute of it. It is so... Okay. I'm getting off track because the thing I wanted to tell you about Harry Potter is that I am going to finish the entirety of the series eventually, which might be like in 6 months' time, because, good lord, the 5th book is huge. And do you see these two? Do you see these two? They're freaking enormous. I will finish it all though, because I love it. And then I will make a video about the entirety of Harry Potter. It'll probably be like a 10 or 15 minute long video, and I'm going to have to cut down from 2 hours, I don't know. But I'm going to blather on about how much I love Harry Potter, and how good it is, and how wonderful it is, and how much I love to be in the Harry Potter community and all that. So, that's what I'm doing with Harry Potter. Anyway, I didn't snap them over here. They're 2 books, so I got to do the poof thing, so let's go. Okay, thing number 3. These videos on this channel, I'm thinking... I don't know if I could do something else. I have some ideas rumbling around in my head to do other things on this channel. Nothing that isn't book related. I'm going to continue doing stuff that is book related on this channel because I really like books. And I would really like to share with you how much I like books. But, I don't know. I'm thinking about doing different things with books. I'm not really keen on, like, unboxing and TBR lists because I'm just not huge into that kind of thing for me personally. Other people, I actually really like watching some of those videos because some of the people have really good personalities. I don't think I'm the kind of person that can pull that kind of thing off, so I'm just gonna stick to this thing for now and maybe something else that I'll come tell you later. But what I would really like to know from you is, what can I do to improve this kind of book review type thing? If there's something that you think that I can do. Whoever's watching this at all, let me know. I'm at your mercy. These are for you. These aren't just for me. They're enjoyable for me no matter what I'm doing. Well, okay, I don't want to say that because I don't want to do some things. But these are enjoyable for me as long as I'm talking about books and as long as I'm doing stuff with books to show you how much I love books and how much books have impacted me and how much... You know what I mean. Anyway, but that's basically all I've got to say. So I suppose I will see you in the next video with the next book. Goodbye.